Hi there, in this video I'm going to share with you how you can sing high notes with more power. Now before we dive in, remember to hit like and subscribe, and remember to hit the bell so that you get all of my future videos. Now, hitting high notes with power can feel really tricky. It's actually a lot more simple than we make it. So if you've seen my other videos about singing high notes, singing high or singing with power, you probably know that pushing and forcing is what causes problems in singing. But what most people do when they're going to sing high notes, they either try to raise the volume so that they can really push for the note, or they're pushing from their throat, or maybe they think that they need to sing from their diaphragm, but they're not really sure how. If you haven't had any training, you're just guessing, or you're still not sure about how to hit those high notes with power, before you try to sing any high notes with power, either through what I'm going to show you today, which is twang, or through belting, or even in a mixed voice, then it's really important that you can master head register. So head register is that kind of choiry, that type of sound. Now, a lot of people think that they can't sing up there, or they don't like the sound of their voice up there. And that's for a number of reasons. So if you don't like the way that your voice sounds up there, maybe it's because it sounds weak, or it sounds shaky, or it sounds light or squeaky, and you're not used to using it. If you feel like you can't hit those notes, if you imitate a baby or imitate a siren or a cat, like wow, 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 if you can do that, then it means you can hit the high notes. What you're probably missing is the mid-range where your chest voice, your lower register, hits your head voice, your higher register, and they're clashing, and it creates cracks and breaks in your voice. Now, if that's happening, all that means is that you need to work on navigating the area where your chest voice meets your head voice. And there are lots of ways that we can do that. If you go to one of my videos that talks about mixed voice, mid-range singing, singing from your low notes up to your high notes, they all cover this area. And I'm going to do a little bit of that here. Now at the end, I am going to give you some exercises that you can use, because you know I love to give you guys exercises. It's my mission to help as many singers as I can. But before we do that, I want to help you to understand how you can reach the higher part of your voice, the head register, not in a nice, relaxed way, so that you're not damaging your voice and causing more problems that you need to then undo and fix later on. So the first thing to remember when you're singing high notes with power is to never ever try to push or force your voice. You want to sing in a relaxed way so that you can navigate around the parts of your voice that crack and break, and so that you can reach those higher notes more easily. To master head voice, you really need to sing very lightly, and I would recommend practicing singing down. So you can use an exercise like ah, ah. So head voice is used at the beginning of I Have Nothing. Share my life. That's head voice there. Billie Eilish uses it a lot, particularly in the song What Was I Made For? What was I made for? So that's really light singing. That's the breathy way of singing head voice. Now you can sing head voice without that breathiness. Sam Smith sings in this way a lot. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. So in those higher parts, stay with me, and love, it's clear to see. That's all head voice. So you want to master that before you move on. The next thing to remember when practicing singing high notes with power is when you're singing exercises and when you're practicing is to try not to use vibrato to make it sound nice. So when you're doing the exercises, you want nice straight sounds. So if you're doing an exercise like yeah, you don't want yeah, because that gets in the way of you actually getting control of your voice. And if you haven't learned how to do vibrato properly, most people are doing it wrong and actually causing more problems than you're solving. Another great way to start to get more control in your higher notes is singing in your mask. Now, your mask is the area just here. We want to focus the sound towards the front of your face. So we're going to place the sound. So placement, we're going to place the sound here so that it resonates more in the nasal and mouth cavities rather than resonating in the pharyngeal cavities or in the chest cavities. So placement in the mask is really important for starting to get more power in your high notes. And what I'm going to show you today is singing with twang. Twang is really, really good for getting power in the whole of your range, and it's really good for projection, and it's great for navigating the whole of your range. So that middle part where people tend to get cracks and breaks, you can navigate that with twang. So it covers 3 things in one. It's really, really great technique. So to get twang, we want a more nasal sound, but we want it higher up. And a great sound for this is knee. So we're going to start here. This should be good for most of you. And again, I love practicing singing down because it's great for really blending your chest and your head registers. So we'll start by singing down and then we can do a more melodic pattern. So knee is the sound. We want it really nasal. It's like na 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 na. It's that kind of sound. So it's knee, 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 knee. Now you hear twang, Amy Winehouse uses twang all the time. He walks away, the sun goes down. He takes the day, but I'm grown. And in your gray, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own. Right, so that's singing with a lot of twang. I mean, I'm overdoing it there. You can back off, but it's really good to overdo it first so that you can get the technique, you can get the sound, and then once you've got it, you can modify it and back off and make it more of your own sound in your unique way. So let's sing. Nee, 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 nee. 5, 6, 7, and nee, 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 nee. 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 Use it in the low notes as well. Now remember that you can watch this video ad-free by going into my members area. So I'm in the process of putting all of my videos up into the members area, so you'll be able to watch them without getting YouTube Premium if you don't want to, and you'll be able to watch them ad-free, and there'll be more content that I'll be putting in there as well, exclusively for members. So have a look at my members area. I think it's below, I think there's a join button below this video. Or if not, just have a look on the channel, you'll find it very easily. Now remember, do take my free 5-day singing course if you're really serious about singing. You'll find the link to that in the pinned comment or in the description. So if you found that easy or not too difficult, or you've already mastered that type of sound, maybe you've done it in some of my other videos, you can open it then up to na, or nya is a good one. Nya. And we're really going for that that horrible kind of annoying buzzy sound. So let's go from here again. Nya. Keep it forward. Nya. And don't push. Nya. Use it in the low notes as well. I hope that this has helped you to understand more about how you can sing with power. I trust that it helps you to use your voice more healthily and to access more parts of your voice that you couldn't reach before. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Put my teeth in as well. Stay hydrated. Ciao!